Welcome, everybody, to the Orion Drift VRML Season 1, Week 2. My name is Nightfire with 2 E's. I'm joined by Alpha Foxtrot 0 for a interesting matchup between Omelette and the Himothys. How are you feeling, Alpha?
I'm feeling great. This is going to be an awesome match. Seeing some old names, some new names, people I recognize from Echo, people that I think are brand new, and both these teams are going to be shaping up for a pretty good face-off, so I'm very excited.
Yeah, we look at the past team record. We see that both of them have suffered losses in their first week of the regular season. That's always tough to deal with, so it's kind of like your first win's on the line here. It almost makes it more hype in that regard.
Absolutely. We're seeing Himothys favored by the connoisseurs tonight, just a little bit 4-2, and we'll see if it pans out for them. So I mean, very good.
You love to see the diverse voting going on there. We've had, I think, mostly one-sided votes so far, so the folks not sure where to put their vote on. And if you are curious what that means, we have a connoisseur system built into the website. If you want to vote on what game you think is going to, how a game is going to go, who you think is going to win a match, you can, and all of that is tracked on your own personal profile. So you have like a percentage of being accurate. It's the connoisseur system, and we do really like it when people engage with it. It helps us determine sort of where the community sits, and yeah, this is a toss-up for me too, Foxtrot. I don't know where we're going to go with this one, but we do have both teams in lobby ready to go, so we will go ahead and give them the ready up. They can start round one whenever they are all ready, and we will dive right into the action. So should be going in momentarily. We've got everyone in lobby. Again, I don't know how this goes, but yeah, as soon as they fire up round one, we will get into the action. And so here we go. On the, let me double check my team sides to make sure that I have the right ones here. On the blue side. Yes, okay, I'm right.
Omelette on pink. So here we go. Perfect. Ball is in the arena. Heads straight over to the Himothys side. Buildcat picks it up, looking for somebody in the middle. Tries to hit it off to Nest, but it is blocked by punches, sending it right back into the middle at the beginning of this round.
That was a nice little block, a good dive. You see a lot of midfield defense standing out a lot in this game. It was a nice pass to him, and that's a good goal he saved. Chet diving in, preventing that one from going in. Good pass work continues to come through for this Himothys squad as they try and command the zone. And another shot. No, a pass. Wildcat slaps it away, but it goes just high.
Looks like they're still keeping that ball possession and getting some nice rotation, but right as I say that, the ball slips loose, and Barky Sharky picks it up for Omelette over on the left-hand side, looking for somebody to get it off of that sidewalk, and Sir Trees flips it right back over. But OMG Dojo grabs it and takes it right back on Nest for Himothys. He's trying to get into the corner, looking for some open passes maybe, jukes around, gets it over to Void in the middle, and a nice reset back onto Nest.
Good pass down to Buildcat. The names in here are certainly interesting. Buildcat, Punchcat, Void, I mean, Barky Sharky. It's got a nice diversity to it across the board. It's a good pass to Void, comes through, and there's the tackle from OMG Dojo as they get Chet out of the goal, and the first point's on the board for the Himothys.
Quite the lineup we're seeing, and we're excited to see how Chet responds to this goal it's on him. He gets a nice flip off. Looks like he was trying to get a clear out there, and the ball does end up back with Barky Sharky. He's trying to maintain possession for that Omelette team. We're seeing a little skirmish in the middle now in the trench, and as it goes underneath Sewers, who's going to come out with it? Looks like Himothys trying to get some juke moves around and just keep possession of that ball. Himothys manages to keep it, and they get up a little bit high, waiting for some teammates to catch up, maybe for a pass, but it is intercepted by Trees now, looking to get it back to the other side. Back and forth a little bit with Dojo snagging it, going back over Nest. It's a 1v1 with the goalie. He waits for some teammates, and it's Sir Trees who comes away with it for Omelette.
I think that was a self-interrupt on the goal attempt there. I'm not sure what happened on the back line, but the ball ends up into Sir Trees' hands. Quickly turned back around onto the Himothys side, and Void takes the open goal shot and locks it in. It's a 2-0 lead for the likes of the Himothys, but it seems to the point to be a pretty close series between these two teams. I anticipate Omelette to have a nice offensive push here if they can block in these passes. A nice pass to punches the cross to Barky, who wasn't quite there in the midfield, and Sir Tree is going to try and gain possession to maintain this offensive pressure for Omelette.
We're seeing pushes by punches, pushes by Sharky, but it is Void who comes away with it on Himothys. Looking to get it back to the other side, going under trenches. Going to have to juke around Sharky now. 1v1 on the goalie again, and that is a third point for Himothys in this first round.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at the match history, the score history of these teams, and Omelette had got mercied a few times by their opponent. The Himothys kept things pretty close in their series, 3-1 in round 1 and 2-1 in round 2. We're seeing them now lead confidently here in round 1 in this series, and so, you know, factoring in the statistics, they certainly seem to be a little bit more locked in on their pass work, and as I say that, that pass goes wide.
Void does pick it up, and they keep possession. Build going for a shot that's not successful.
Oh!
Follow-up by Void again, and another follow-up by Build, finally managing to get that ball in the goal. We've got about a minute and a half left in this round. I'm hoping that Omelette will be able to pull it together a little bit and make some moves on the offense. Just haven't been able to get those passes to connect in the way that they need. We're seeing a re-grab strategy from them now. They're trying to keep that momentum, and they get a pass towards Sir Trees, and it's intercepted by Void, taking it back the other way. There's no goalie back there, and Void gets a 5th point on the board. Wow, this is quite a match.
Yeah, they're running away with it here on the Himothys side, up 5-0 here in round 1. And I do think that, you know, especially in this game, you can lose fast. But you can bounce right back in the next round depending on how the offensive rollout goes, depending on how your team's connecting with the passes. Here's Void with a pretty quick bit of dodge work, and Chet with a wonderful slap out. They've been great in the that goalie position.
Their defense has been on point as they kind of consolidate back toward the goal there, but when you just have these relentless shots like that one right there, some are bound to slip through, and that's a mercy in the first round here for the Himothys.
Yeah, a solid job locking in that round 1. W6-0 ends the round. The timer ends, the round ends, and you move on to the next one. That's the mercy system built in to the game, so that's what happened there. And you can see on the scoreboard, Void and both. Whoa, it's some interesting tracking there. UCG, Void, there's 2 Voids? Is that true? Wow, there is. Look at that. I just noticed that.
Yeah.
UCG Void with 2 goals and Z Void with 3 goals. They need to do some branding. We need to do like a branding course for teams. Like, hey, you should have your names be easy to say and not be the same, but it's okay either way. A exciting start for the Himothys as they are up 6-0 in round 1, and we're getting ready to dive into round 2.
Should be good. I'm thinking the ball's going to go toward the blue side for this round. What you got?
Ooh, okay. Putting a parlay up there on a blue side.
Oh, there we go. Ball right into the hands of Himothys. It's going to be Himothys looking to grab the ball and take it back up sidewalk, waiting for an open pass. Sees one on Nest. Hand off to Nest, and try to take it in, but an excellent block by Chet. Gets that ball back to the outside. Himothys are keeping possession. They're dancing around there on the claw, looking for another jumper off of Nest. Connects with Buildcat. Buildcat taking it in now, and that second move, that same exact move, manages to get them 1 point on the board. Less than 30 seconds into this second round.
Yeah, the front line defense just not able to connect with the tackles they were looking for here. Punches, tries to get the ball, but a little bit of a fumble, a bounce off the chest, leads right into Void's hands with a nice floor carve. Dodges the tackle attempt, fires another shot on goal, and it's a 2-0 lead for Himothys here. Round 2 going their way. Here comes the stack strategy again with a third, reinforcing it on the back line.
Yeah, Himothys are able to take advantage of those open goals, and it's definitely paying off for them. We see a pass over to Punches there for Omelette, and Punches does keep the ball, tries to get it back to their team into the middle for a reset, but it is cleared by the other Void here on the Himothys side. Back on the back line now, Chet's picking it up for Omelette, and Void's trying to get another pass. This pass work back into the middle and this rotation they've got are really working for him. We see another pass to Void, but it just slips out of his hands, and Punches is going to get there first. Looking for a clear, looking for an open teammate. Punches is doing some excellent control there, bringing it high up the middle. Tries to get it down to Sir Trees, but a bad bounce off of the floor there sends it back into the hands of the Himothys.
Yeah, I think you're really seeing the Himothys do a good job of capitalizing off of any little error. They're scooping up missed passes. They've got good intercepts. And then their offensive pressure is really sustained. They continue to get the rebounds. They keep this the score flowing in here, unless Chet has anything to say about it. Another great save. I think most of the replays today have been of Chet saving what is a lot of good shots on goal coming in from the Himothys.
Yeah, they're just getting a lot of pressure on them on the offense as they keep the ball moving, trying to play some hot potato there. Barky Sharky tries to take it out, but gets tackled, and the ball's loose now. Looks like we're seeing a little bit of lag as the ball's jumping around, but Chet picks it up, goes for a long, is that a shot? Is it a clear? It's blocked by Void, and Sir Tree's now trying to capitalize and get that shot in, but UGC Void takes it high, and is going to probably wait for some teammates here. Maybe moving in for a solo, looking for somebody. Dojo's there, Buildcat's there. Void is now trying to break it up and just keep it out of the hands of Sir Trees. Flips it back down to Dojo. Dojo's going to rotate around the outside, looking for somebody that's open, jumping over 2 defenders and sending it right in for a 3rd point. It's now 3-0 Himothys.
Yeah, I think if anything the Omelette can take away is that their defense is actually pretty solid. Sure, they're getting scored on a bit here, but it's the offensive rollouts that are getting punished a lot. They're just not able to get set up in the offensive zone of the Himothys, and so they end up having to be on defense all game. And it looks good. I mean, honestly, they have a pretty decent frontline defense. They have a good front of the zone defense. Chet can't deny that one in, though. But I do think that there's room for improvement for the Omelette squad here, as they've got a good baseline. And I guess, like, if you really got to start anywhere, what would you prefer, a solid defense or offense? I don't know. I guess that's the preference thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely can go both ways. The solid offense is going to get you to score those points, with a solid defense, like we're kind of seeing, it's really, really good. But when you just have constant pressure, they're going to find something eventually. Buildcat now bringing it back down for the Himothys and moving them around, getting that rotation in, and looked like they were going to pass, but they flipped it right into the goal right behind Chet there. And I do have to give it to Omelette. They're trying lots of different rollouts. They're trying some different strategies. They just haven't been able to make something connect and work for them quite yet in this game.
UGC Void on the back line, trying to do a little bit of a cheeky interrupt, sitting in behind the goal, behind them, behind the ball, trying to interrupt the offensive rollout. And finally, the Omelette squad has managed to push the ball into the zone of the Himothys. Can they keep this pressure going is the question. No, they can't, because the defense of the Himothys is strong as well. Aggressive coming in as UGC Void fires in the final shot of round 2. And our 2nd round win gets locked in with the 2nd Mercy. Himothys definitely looking solid. Best of 5. And so we'll see what we get out of Omelette here. Still scoreless, though. And in their last series, they scored their first point in round 3. So maybe Omelette come alive here, Alpha.
Definitely still a chance. We've seen Chet be very, very strong on the back line as the goalie, but like that 1v1 we saw at the very end of round 2, it's just mathematically impossible to cover the whole goal with your body. So definitely getting some excellent saves in there, and hopefully they can keep it up and just get a couple points on the board for them as we move into round 3. So very excited. We got about 10 seconds for the launch here.
A big shout out to everyone tuning in. We appreciate you. A reminder that we have more games after this one. We've got another match at 5:30. We will be broadcasting that here. The event page is already up for it. That is, I'm blanking on the name. Vortex OD versus Nova DBC, and then after that game, Jucifer jumping into their first solo cast, or maybe they'll have a co-caster, who knows, but they're jumping into their first hosted cast with a big one, Acer versus, who is it? Riptide, as we do get into round 3 here of this series.
And once again, that Himothys team is just keeping the pressure on. Great work there. They're a little bit doubled up. I wonder if they're trying to stack or try some new strategies, but we see Void and Void stacked up, looking to maybe get a re-grab off. Not quite successful as they slam into the wall there, but Void does keep a hand on it, looking for another pass. Might flip it up to Nest, might flip it over to Dojo. Dojo flips it up to Nest. Buildcat trying to get in there, but a nice stun by Barky Sharky will send the ball back into the middle.
Void again from the back line, scoops up the clear and does not allow this Omelette defense to relax. It's constant pressure coming in from the Himothys. And I think one thing to definitely try to improve on for the likes of this Omelette squad is their speed, is the momentum of their rollouts. Because I think one thing that really stands out to me is how a lot of these teams are flying around the entire arena, carving and gaining momentum to then pick up the ball and push forward. And you're just seeing Omelette have a little bit slower of a time rolling out because they haven't mastered that technique. And if anything, it does go to show you, Foxtrot, just how skilled some of these players are at this game, because it's not so easy to do what they do at the start of every round.
No, they make it look so simple.
Yeah,
but
it's like, just carve and gain momentum.
Some of these ceiling carves we see, like right there, where you have the ball in your hand and you change direction as you bounce off the ceiling, that's an advanced maneuver. That takes some time to practice, but when you can combine it all, you can do something like, I was kind of tying that up with a goal, but it was saved by Chet and knocked out there. Void's picking it up and trying to go in for a second one on Claw, looking for an open pass. You see another one on Nest, leaving this Nest wide open. Build Cat is going to take it, go for maybe a high angle there. Now hits the ground, waits for a teammate, and a nice slap into goal, making it 2-0, 2 minutes into this match.
And again, Omelette doing a good job of weathering the onslaught coming in from the Himothys, but their offensive rollout needs to get them past the midfield, and they can't seem to do that with Void constantly scooping up the ball on the back line. And now the 1v1, Chet dives forward, but Void shoots the shot around them before they can do anything, and it's another point on the board as Himothys are 3 away from their 3rd Mercy and their 1st win in the regular season.
The speed is absolutely making a difference here. You know, when Omelette's back on defense, they're having trouble getting up for some passes when they do get a hold of the ball, and then same thing when they're up ready for the ball, and you see a breakaway like this right there with Void. It's just nobody back there to defend. So Sir Tree is now going to try to take it up, doing some nice dribble work, looking for an open teammate, but Dojo snags it right out of his hands and gets a reset back to Void. And as we wind down this match, we're starting to see the Himothys just take their sweet time and do a lot slower maneuvers. As they do that, those Trees, who takes the nice hit and tries to get possession of the ball, just trying to get any points on the board now to save this match for him. Waiting for Barky Sharky to get open in the middle there. Void does snag it again. Waiting for some open teammates, moving around on Halo there, just taking their nice sweet time. See an open pass on the right for him. We got open on Ness. He might just take it all the way in though as he jukes out 2 defenders, going trying to get past Punches, but punches that ball right out of there. And another slap by Barky Sharky, just trying to keep the ball in the middle and away from their goal for Omelette.
Yeah, a little fumble there coming in from UCG Void as they tried to scoot past the goal and take that shot. Finally, Build will fire it in as a nice pass from UGC sets it up. Chet doing a great job in goal, denying a lot of those shots, but ultimately a 4-0 lead in round 2 here. Up 1 with 1:15 on the clock. Might be pretty tough for this team to bounce back at this point if they are on the Omelette side, but I mean, hey, room to grow if you are the Omelette squad. And I think if you are what I do love to see is just the diversity in skill range in this league, you know, because we do have all of the different divisions. The idea that after a couple of games, Omelette will end up getting matched against teams that have very similar skill levels to them. And we started this match off with it being pretty dang close, and even now Omelette are doing a great job defending against this squad. I'd love to see them get their first point on the board here as they do finally push forward into the offensive zone.
Yeah, hoping they can make something happen here as they try to get back into the middle, but it is Himothys in the Void stack that takes the ball, and they're going to regrab now back on the right-hand side. So they go up for what might be some of the final points of this match here. And there they go. That double stack takes it right in. They didn't even need to regrab, just right past the defense with some excellent juke work. And Chet now going to do this last rollout with 18 seconds left, trying to make anything happen in the final seconds of this match.
Yeah, nice cross pass to Sir Trees. Void quickly scoops it up, mercilessly going to Mercy, the other team, and before it ends, round number 3 is done, and the Himothys take a quick 3-0 series on the afternoon. A best of 5 done for us here today, but solid performance on the defensive side from Omelette.
Absolutely, and you know what? They did get that clean sweep in there. Like you said, next week is going to be everybody's 3rd match, and they will finally start to have some rankings that help keep them a little more evenly balanced. So we're excited to see how they progress and how they move and change. You know, Omelette definitely has some opportunities to get in there and switch up their strategy, so definitely not counting them out for the rest of this season. But what an excellent match that was, just being able to see the skills and the ball work from both sides there.
Yeah, a fun one to tune into. Like we said, we have another matchup that we're going to immediately get ready for right now, and that stream should go live on the event page. It's Vortex OD versus Nova DBC. A few votes have come in for that one, so we will end this broadcast here and start our next one shortly. Subscribe to the channel, become a member, gain exclusive benefits. The member benefits are going to be ever growing, but for now they get you exclusive emotes within the YouTube chat. We get 10% discount on VRML merchandising on the Exclaim store, and there's future stuff that we're working on like Discord integration. There is right now a VIP members only Discord chat channel that you can only access once you've become a member of the YouTube. So we're trying to emphasize membership and show more content there. We're going to have live streams exclusive to members. So get in now. The support, the financial support, goes back to the VRML. It goes back to the staff. It goes back to us putting on the broadcast. And so we really do appreciate it when you do contribute. It means a lot to us, but not necessary. At the very least, subscribe, thumbs up the stream, and tune in for the next one, which we are going to get ready for right now. So stick around, but don't. My name's been Nightfire with 2 E's, Alpha Foxtrot. Stay classy.